Hello everybody, it's Janice, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about distress markers because I've had a few questions about distress markers and something that I learned from Tim Holtz about this Adirondack alcohol ink fillable pen. I got this at Michael's. I had a class yesterday that I had to teach and I had a wonderful time with my new friends. So, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but it was just so fun. I had one new Cricut owner and one that has had it for a while, and we had a blast. I really felt like they were old friends. They were really, really nice. So, thank you for watching this. So anyway, I got this yesterday, and I got this at Michael's, the one at Waterford. I bought the last one. Sorry. I don't know when the new truck comes. I think it comes on Thursday. I'm not sure if they'll have these items. But anyway, this is the Ranger palette and the fillable pen. These two things this is $5.99 and this is $5.99, so pretty affordable. And I already have a whole ton, not a ton, I have some. I don't have every color of the alcohol inks, and these are also by Ranger. They're Adirondack, and Tim Holtz uses these too, and it's using these in not a traditional way, the way I learned how to use them, and the alcohol blending solution. And what you do is you fill the pen with the alcohol blending solution, and it comes with instructions on how to do it, but essentially what you do is you take off this nib from the metal tip here. There's a metal piece, and you pop it out and you fill it. And I didn't do a good job filling it. I overfilled it and it was leaking everywhere. It says it in the package, do not fill, but it says you have to add like a half of, it was telling me like how many grams. Seriously, like I know I'm not, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not a genius, so I didn't know how to figure that out. So I overfilled it. And you're supposed to fill both sides, but I didn't because it was leaking. So I just left it on its side for about, 5-10 minutes. And then I came back to it, and it seems to be working okay, I guess. But I'll show you what I did. I practiced. This is very cheap watercolor paper. I got it at Joann's for $1. This is what it looks like. I have the better as well. It says it's 96-pound paper, and it says perfect for watercolors and watercolor pencils. So, and it's 5x7. The paper size is 5x7. So here's what I did here. I colored, and I stamped on the paper with archival ink. And then over here, I did the same thing with the alcohol ink, but I stamped with Memento Tuxedo Black. And this is just the different effects that I got. So I'm going to show you what I did. And I think I'll just use the same paper because I'm trying to just, save supplies. All right, hoard supplies. And all I did was I took the ink colors and I squeezed them on here. These are the ones I have, and they dry, because it is alcohol ink. Alcohol ink dries very fast, so they are dry. But when you get your stamp, and this is from my assorted birds, my attitude birds, they should call them, birds with an attitude stamp set. I just stamped it, and that's the archival. It's made by Ranger as well, and this tip is a fine point and the other one is your brush tip. Okay, so let's just do what I did before. I just grabbed some yellow, and you just stick it in there and it grabs the color, and then you just begin to color. And I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. And you just begin to color. And just move the color around. And just get some more. Now, I find that this archival ink, it does react with alcohol. So as you can see here, see how it's bleeding a whole bunch? So I found, I mean, that's no surprise. It happened before. And to clean your nib, you just kind of go and, you know, on a clear space and just kind of color. And I have a little bit of yellow on that. You just scribble it off. These are designed so that you could put that color in it and make whatever color marker you want. But Tim Holtz said this way you can just have one marker and all your colors on the palette, which I think is brilliant. Okay, so we're going to change to the Memento and clean my stamp off. I use one of these scrubby things when I'm motivated to use it. Otherwise I use a baby wipe and that works fine too. But I just put cleaner on it so it's ready to go. And then we're going to ink it up with the Tuxedo Black. And just come over here and do that. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the smaller nib this time. So, you know, you can play around with blending. You know, I could switch it over and, you know, pull the color out more. And blend it. I'm just going to pick up more color. This part of his body. Okay, and then I'm going to scribble off the color. Remember to clean the tip. See how there's still, I don't know if you can see that, but there's still yellow in there. And then I'm just going to grab some red, give him a little bit of a red belly. So there you go. There's just, and you know, you have to let this dry. And this is kind of how it, you know, it turns out. It does, the color does smooth out a bit after it dries. But it does bleed, you know, because it is alcohol markers. If you don't want it to bleed as much, then stay off of the edge of the image. Just kind of stay inside. It's just a matter of playing around, because you can see here how this one bled a lot, and then I realized what I had to do. I had to kind of come in more further into the image, and then I gave him just a little brown spot to stand on. And I also cut one out, and so once you cut it out, then you won't see the bleeding. So like if I wanted to do that, I could pop him up and he would have the little feet there. Oops, you can't see. Okay, so then on this regular paper, I tried it also with the alcohol ink, and you know, this is just probably Georgia Pacific paper, nothing special, or it may be Recollections paper. Different papers are going to have different effects when you color them with, you know, different mediums. And then I'm going to do, let's see here, this is just Georgia Pacific paper. Now we'll try the distress markers. Now with distress markers, what I like to do is create a palette, and of course, you know, we could use this as a palette, and these are watercolor, so you can just clean it out. But I could certainly just do that. But you can just use your block too if you don't have one of these, you know. or a piece of acetate or whatever. And then you can just take a water pen. Definitely, I would recommend the water pen. And there I went out the lines. I didn't mean to do that, but it wouldn't matter if you're cutting him out anyway. And you can just blend with water. Okay. And then when I'm doing this for real, I would dry him with my heat gun. And you could definitely add, you know, different colors, blend your colors however you like. This one is Wild Honey and that one is Barn Door. And then to clean your brush off, if you wanted to, you can just do this. You just squeeze, you fill these with water, literally unscrew this. And oops, I squeezed it a whole bunch, but anyway, very easy to work with. So I like them, you know. I mean, I don't think it's fair to really compare them to Copic markers, because I think they're just a different medium, you know. They're even comparing alcohol ink, this alcohol ink and this alcohol marker to Copics. I mean, I can't, I'm not a Copic artist or anything like that, so I don't really have any, I can't, I think it's, you know, apples and oranges, so, but I like it. I like my distress markers. You know, if you don't have the distress markers and you're wondering, you know, are you going to love them? You know, I would start with a set, you know, before you buy the whole thing. Just get a set at Michael's of 5, or at Hobby Lobby. Just get a set of 5 and try them, you know, or find a friend that has them and just play with them a little bit and see. Because if you already have, say you have a large collection or a collection of, say, your distress inks, essentially, I mean, you could do the same thing by just, if you have a watercolor pen, I really do like this. I think it's definitely worth having one. I have 3. I don't think you need 3. I don't think you need all the different widths unless you need a big fat one for big backgrounds or something. But these are the same colors. And so I could take my little bird. Oh, I need a different block. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. And, you know, I tapped a little bit of color from my ink pad, and I can just pick up the color and do the same thing. You know, but what I like about having the distress markers is the ease of transport. You know, when I want to bring all my ink colors, I mean, inevitably, if I don't bring all my ink colors, say to Georgia, where I was going to be there for days and days, I miss certain colors, you know what I mean, if I don't bring them all, because I like using all the colors. But really, if you just want to bring your markers, then you have all your colors. See what I mean? But if you don't tend to go and travel, you know, then you don't have that problem. So there it is, colored with that, and I like it, you know, that's really cool. So you can get the same look just by using your distress inks. Okay, so that's what I can tell you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.